Okay, how are you guys doing? Two things I wanted to hit you with today. One is a population changeover. Looks like the kitty cats may be moving up and the dogs are moving down. Before we get started, this cup's from Ireland. I got it in 2019 when I was in Ireland doing I was a what do you call the chaperone for my son was in the Catholic school band and they went over there and they actually won this. It was great parade for St. Patrick's Day in Limerick and Dublin. I think they won both of them for the bands. A lot of so if you're in North Carolina, our daily weather changes. So you could have shorts on Monday, need a winter coat by Thursday. Over in Ireland, they say that same thing occurs, but it happens within one day. It's a bit crazy. It was a lot of fun. It's an interesting trip. I will tell you that there's a lot of bagpipes playing in those things, and as much as I love lots of music, I really like horns, but and drums, marching band stuff, but the bagpipes, whoo, I just cannot get into the bagpipes. Okay, let's get into the U.S. dog cat population. Growth slowed 2018 to 24, but cats have risen and dogs are falling. The age of the cat is coming. Decline in dog ownership. What I will do on the YouTube deal, I'm not able to put the external links in, but I'll put them on the Vetripreneur, the Facebook page, the links so you can get to these articles because there's two of them that we're going to go over. One of them is this one. The other one is a retail thing. So the reason that I haven't gotten verified to put them up on the YouTube yet is it requires a 6-second video thing, uploading your license. I'm just not into doing that yet. I will figure it out later and probably go through the hassle to do it. But right now, I'll just put them on the Facebook page for the links. Back into it. Rates fell for ownership, dogs and cats, from 53% to 50%. Over that window span of 18 to 24, dogs declined from 42 to 38 ownerships for dogs. The exclusion of cats dropped from 30 to 26. However, on cats, on the other hand, they grew from 23 to 24%. So, what does this mean for you and your practice? I know for one thing, we are getting, the fear-free certification or cat handling. All those things are helpful. Making sure that your cat owners know that you recognize cats are different than dogs. Cats absolutely do not want to be put in a carrier and brought into your hospital. A lot of cats benefit, most cats, I think, other than the rare cat that acts like a dog, like some Maine Coon cats, for example. But most of them, even if you can get done what you want to get done, they're frozen because they're in fear. So even across the board, it may be beneficial to pre-plan the visits, get the pre-visit pharmaceuticals, is the new PVP term or whatnot. We still use gabapentin. I have not looked into, but I'm going to a seminar to learn a little bit more about Zoetis's product for that, the Boncat. It is I think it's pregabalin, so it's a little bit different, and I don't know if it's a little quicker with how it works. I need to get up to speed on the pluses and minuses with that. We've been pretty pleased with gabapentin itself so far. In March, at least in North Carolina, that is also going to change in that it's not technically going to be a controlled drug, but we do have to report it through the whole system. You have to get the people's license, things like that. So as we see this change, I know that we are heavily canine in our practice, but we do have a good number of cat owners, feline owners. They're extremely dedicated to their cats. They will do what is asked of them. They really want to take the best care of their cats. Their cats just hate coming into the office. I have a couple of ideas for the private group that we're going to do stuff with about how we may look at that a little bit different and see what some of you guys think about a program specific for cats, which may involve shorter visits and maybe some telemed stuff. It's just a thought running around in my head. Had a discussion with a leader in sales and stuff, and we kind of talked about these issues with cats because he's got a cat and he loves it. He loves her. Um, so cats are going to have a potential to be a growth area in your hospital. If you've not paid attention, you will notice that even in the AVMA, they are now talking about this decline in invoices, and the revenue increase that's been coming into the veterinary hospitals is more from a growth in pricing structure, which had to happen to a degree, but it's been pretty accelerated from 19 to 24, and it can't keep going at that level where we will be squeezing our clients too much. So, question for you is, how do you accommodate or make your practice attractive for cat owners that are now becoming more and more attached with their kitties? Their kitty cats are now like the puppy dogs. They're not just the outdoor cat that gets fed. People are wanting the full bank of care for their cats. So, where are you at with that? Second one, I'm probably going to make some people a little uncomfortable with this one because I'm going to call out some stuff I've seen, and I have an idea, but I don't have all the answers. Business Wire, customer satisfaction with retail stumbles. So a lot of retail satisfaction has been on the decline, but there's one that keeps getting high marks. Online retailer Chewy. Chewy is not our friend. Chewy now has their own true in the ground hospitals that are serving clients. So they are taking your clients. They are not your friend. And yet they have a high client satisfaction rate. I think they're like Walmart. So you can turn anything in, they make it easy to either exchange or get your credit back. They're easy to work with. They usually do a really good job with customer service on the phone. So that's what we're up against. What do we do in our practice? What I find works, but does take a little bit of extra effort on my part, which owners may be more inclined to do, is when we have something that's not readily available, we use something called VetCove. Tell me what you use, if it works well, if you like it, if it's pretty easy. But what I get to tell my owners is, you can check anything else out you would like. Um, any of the other services. We know Pet Meds was big for a while. Now there's Chewy. Those are kind of the big ones. I don't mention them by name. I just say, but I have this already. We figure out the dose. We figure out what you need. We figure out your schedule, how long it should last, if you need a refill, and we go ahead and we put it in a VetCove. And what that does is it sends a one-click link to the owner to their email that we have on file, and it says it's already pre-approved. You don't have to wait for something to be checked off or signed. So convenience with that is very good. Compliance with that has been very good. What I don't do a good job of, which is on me, is we have, and I took a photo at one point, but I can't find it. I got to get another one. In one of our exam rooms, we have all the plaques. We do stuff with Guidance for the Blind. We've done it for, I think, almost the whole 22 years, but maybe 20 years. And we've sponsored dogs from puppies all through their first year. We basically pay for all their, healthy visit stuff. And we do it, and it's on us. We never highlight that we do this. We do it anyway. We don't do it to highlight that. But I would imagine, I can bet that if we made it known that we do these things, and that benefit comes out of the folks who do support us by deciding to buy their heartworm preventative through Popular Animal Hospital rather than the big online store. The fact that that helps us retain and have better pay for our front staff, which we have, I can think of 2 staff members right now, 3, that owners come in that ask for the staff member, they don't ask for the doctor. So it's hard to convey all that. But what you can do is you can say, you know, we understand if you're going to save $1 and it's important, do it. But if you can work with us, if you can get the product from us, we do get a little something out of it, and it helps us do these things that we do. And you already do them. I don't know who you work with. We do Greyhound Friends. We do some things with a rescue group. We also do Guiding Eyes, but we never highlight those things that we do. Kind of what would be in the attorney world is like the pro bono stuff, the things that you do because it's giving back and it's helping, but we never highlight it. So maybe we should mention that more when we do that. And maybe that would be one way that you could compete with the Chewies. Because I don't think it's a great idea to make it where it's more difficult for an owner. I've seen some of this in some of the Facebook groups with ownership. Well, I'm going to charge them to charge an owner for me to deal with the fax that comes over and having to sign that and send. Yes, it's a headache for you. But if you punish your customer, you're setting up a discordant response between you and your own customer. That's a turn off. Whereas you could say, "Hey, we got this. I'm happy to sign it for you. Can I tell you one thing? Would you mind having if I give you an option outside of that just to take a look at it? So click on your email, and if they're better, we're happy to sign it. If you would go with us, we would absolutely appreciate your business. By the way, what we do with some of that helps dogs in our community. We do stuff with Guiding Eyes for the Blind. Um, Everyone who helps us by being a supporter of getting their products through us helps us do that. So if you could do it, that'd be great. If not, we're happy to do whichever you prefer. That's kind of the way we do it, and I think it's a way that we don't do it enough, but I have done that in the past, and I do think people gravitate toward a positive thing rather than trying to put more hurdles in their way. They know that if you're doing it versus if the company's doing it. Now, on the flip side of things, I have learned through some inside baseball, some reports of folks that have worked at Chewy. There's one up in Salisbury, is that they do not mind trying to make it, they don't play quite fair. They don't mind trying to make you look bad to your clients. So, case in point is this, and you can fact check it. I don't know exactly how true it is, but I do believe it. Is that as soon as they get the request from a client, from one of your customers, that not only do they send that out to you by the fax, knowing that you're working, you're in exam rooms and everything else, you got 15 other things doing, and you're doing, and someone on the phone who wants to talk to you that's a customer that's in need right now, not the fax machine that should be able to wait a day at least, right? However, they will, within 30 seconds or so of faxing that, go ahead and send the email to the mutual client that says, "We have sent and have not heard back from your animal hospital." They don't say how long it's been. Oh, it's only been 30 seconds. The client is going to see that and think, "Oh, I got that. I put that in 4 or 5 hours ago." So it's a little schmarmy, and ethically, I think it's out of bounds. But if you haven't heard that, I think it's true, and I wouldn't be surprised. It definitely has a way to make them look good, and it's just on the edge of not being false. It's probably technically true, but the window of time is very suspect in that it's designed to make you look bad, not to really help the client. All right, so that's a wrap. Give me some of your comments about what you think, and we will see you next time.